a lot of bullish sentiment for Bitcoin and crypto as a whole for this and following weeks. Bitcoin has a lot going on for it, especially right now by looking at the charts. We can see a lot of similarities with past cycles where we could find a huge pump in price after, and this is what people are believing that's going to happen once again. So let's talk about all of it and look at the charts together in today's video right now. Let's jump right into it. Hello folks, hopefully you're doing good. Well, over here we have some very good news. First of all is that it seems that gold and silver, they kind of slowed down, and also the SP 500 started to go down a little bit. I want to start by showing this image right here, and what it's showing is right now, especially in this red circle right here, is that now Bitcoin has outperformed and smart money has migrated from SP 500 and gold back into Bitcoin, and this is very bullish. So you can see that the relative strength now is flowing towards Bitcoin way more than the others, and the other two are going down. So not return-wise, Bitcoin still losing to gold and silver, precious metals. I don't think it is losing since the beginning of the year to the S&P 500 because the S&P 500 has kind of chilled a little bit. But the allocation, the strength of allocation now is putting Bitcoin back in the game. That being said, we also have this to show, which is whales. Whales have been buying a lot of Bitcoin since October 10th, and they are still buying very heavily. And this is good because that with the allocation tracker going back towards Bitcoin, and also with the news that we're most likely are not going to have any cuts anymore on January 28th when we will have the Fed meeting, we have 95% chance here on Fed tracker that we're not going to have any cuts. And usually here with the Fed watch tool, these are very precise numbers. So 95% that we're not going to have any rate cuts. This is short-term good, long-term I'm not sure, but short-term good for us. So we have to keep an eye on it. Now, another thing that I want to mention that maybe not as good is that the whole EU says that if Trump starts this war or he actually tries to invade Greenland, then all economic ties, all commerce, all import and export will be cut between EU and the United States. So that is kind of a big deal. Of course, the EU will suffer a little bit, but economically speaking, it will be super bad for the US to lose these trade partners, these economic partners. So now we have to wait and see how Trump will play this card and how he will act. But again, hopefully he does not invade Greenland. I think the people that agree with this decision are very few. Not a lot of people think this is a smart choice. From a military perspective, yes, it makes sense to have kind of a gate on the Atlantic Ocean to stop Russia, but it is very stupid in the way that Trump is trying to do things. But that being said, let's go back to crypto. And before we jump into the charts, let me actually show something very incredible that I'm very happy and proud of, which is yesterday in the past 24 hours, we closed a 1% trade, which is fantastic. Now, January is so far at 3.48% ROI here on the alt 0DT, and on the 0DT, we are at 1.22% for the month of January. So we're doing good. We're halfway through January. So hopefully we're able to get closer to 7%, which would be fantastic for the alt 0DT, which has a forecast for this year of 2026 of 80%. Great. So far, total P&L has been 17.5% since it started, and we actually started October 28th, but we started trading, I think, November 1st to November 2nd. So since November, so far, we've made 17%, which is an astonishing number for us. And also, if you have been depositing here on the 0DT, which by the way, we crossed the mark of 1,000 active users right here on the 0DT. This one crossed 117% ROI, and this is since May 2024. So 1.5 years, a little bit more, actually 1 and 8 months since we started this strategy, we have more than doubled our money. So this is fantastic. And also overall green for the past 30 days, also like this one right here. And the deposits keeps piling up. So thank you. If you're new or if you haven't deposited yet, you can check out the first link in the description. This link will bring you to the topics where you can register, and then there you can deposit to use the copy trading, or you can deposit to trade by yourself. And if you want to learn how to trade by yourself to eventually take your money out of the copy trading and trade by yourself, then what you can do, you register in the first link and then you click on education. And here we have a free, no deposits needed, a free course for you to watch in English and in German. It is my myself. I'm teaching you this course from zero to hero. How do you trade, basic calls and puts, or to advanced strategies like iron condors, spreads, vertical spreads, leaps, whatever strategy for whatever market situation we find ourselves in. So hopefully this is able to help you not only for the topics, but for whatever options trading that you're doing with crypto or with TradFi. Let's jump to the fear and greed index, which now we went back towards the neutral. Yesterday we were greedy. We were super greedy, and you know what I say that I never like when we move so fast. You can see last week we were in fear, last month we were in extreme fear, and just yesterday we were greedy. So this does not make sense. It is good that the market corrects when we have this huge emotion volatility. It is not good for us to be extreme fear in one month and greed in the other. No, we should see extreme fear, then neutral, then we stay neutral, then we go a little bit greedy, then we stay greedy, then we go extreme greed, and then we start to go down once again. So we don't want to see a jump from extreme fear to greedy. That's not how it works. That is not good for the short term of the market. And you can see we went from a 26 all the way to a 61, and then we dropped down to a 49. This is not healthy for the longevity of crypto. It means that retailers are having, an emotional span of a toddler, because they are happy, then sad, then greedy, then fearful, just in a matter of a time frame that is very small, and that is not good. Should be. So if you are part of these people that are trading and one day they think the market's going to go to 200K, then the next day they think Bitcoin is going to go to 60K, breathe, chill out. You're just hurting yourself, your portfolio, and the overall market by thinking that way. So you need to be a smart thinker, a smart trader, a smart investor as a whole. So that is my tip for you. If we look at our cryptocurrencies right now, Bitcoin is at 95,574, Ethereum is at 3,300, we have BNB at 933. So BNB has been going up a lot these past few days, which is good. XRP is at $2.06, Solana is at 143, going down to Monero, going up 50% in the past few days. So in the past week, Monero has been outperforming everything else. So Monero up 55%, bringing back the privacy coins once again. After Zcash went down, now Monero is climbing back up. And actually regarding Zcash, it is down here at 17th place at $407, and Hyperliquid at $25 per coin. So now looking at Bitcoin, we can see that on the daily we were overexposed these past few days because we closed above the Bollinger Bands. Now we're correcting. Most likely we're going to be correcting towards the $94,200, $94,000, and then we're going to touch this moving average right here, maybe even the pinkish one, which should be around $93,500, and then we should start moving back up again if the market allows us. On the 4-hour charts, we are very bullish because we have crossed finally above the white line, the 100 and the 200 moving average. They kind of crossed their path, and now that is kind of bullish for us. So we should only wait to see how we are going to act here on this moving average, if we're going to bounce and test it and then go back towards the 100K, or if we're going to break below it, and then we should be looking at the bottom of the Bollinger Bands around the $93,000. So we have to wait and see on the 4-hour charts. Now for Ethereum, we're also very bullish. On the daily, we are closer than Bitcoin for these moving averages to cross once again on the bullish side. But right now, as you can see, we most likely are going to be looking towards the 3,200, maybe even high 3,100s. Who knows? We have to wait the next few days to see how we're holding here on the 4-hour charts. And Solana, which had a huge boom, a very strong momentum upwards. Now on the daily, it is the only one that is green across all of these three, but we have to look at the 4-hour charts to see if we're going to stay above or below this pinkish moving average right here, because if we're not, then we're going to look towards the bottom of the Bollinger Band and maybe keep going towards the 137 here for Solana. But again, I don't think this could be the case if we keep this bullish momentum that we have in the markets right now. So hopefully this will make sense. Again, I haven't placed any trades yet, but if I were to place trades other than just leaving my money here in a copy trade, most likely I would do Ethereum or Solana. And for Solana, I would sell a put around 130, maybe 132, depending on the market. Maybe I'll just wait for the weekend to see how we do, because we're having a lot of volatility throughout the weekend. So maybe it's just better for me to wait it out. And then once we see if we're going to go up or down throughout the weekend with maybe some news, maybe some tweets from Donald Trump, or maybe some events, Iran, or something like that, which are still very tense. There's still a lot to unpack over there. So maybe my trade will be placed this week, my first trade of the year. So far, I'm just holding, I'm just profiting from the copy trading strategy out here, which is doing fantastic. But now let me know, do you think Bitcoin will be up only for the first quarter, maybe even second quarter of 2026? Or do you think that this is just, you know, something stupid happening and then we're going to go down once again? And this was just meant to take everyone out, flush the market once again. Let me know down in the comments. As always, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you on Tuesday for another video. In the meantime, have a safe and a good weekend with your family or your loved ones. Take care. I'll see you then. Peace.